Tick-Tock, watch the da 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 da. Our girl Albina has won Croatia's Dora 2021 with the song What? Tick-Tock.
Tick-Tock.
Tick-Tock. Can you hear her go tick-tock? In any case, should we discuss the results of Dora 2021? Let's
Let's do
do this!
this!
Yes, Dora was quite the show. There wasn't an audience, but this still felt like a proper competition. I think the stage looked beautiful for all the artists and we had huge variety. Now, let's quickly go through the top three overall. This is the overall result combining both jury and televote. Albina won, Nina Kralich was second with Rijeka, and third went to Mia Nagovitch with She's Like a Dream. Let's kick it off by discussing the winner, Albina. Cenon, what did you think?
Oh my gosh, when I watched the performance, I thought that she was doing like Eurovision performance, like it was in Rotterdam, all the camera interactions and the effects, and she was, having fun, dancing and giving her all. I think she worked really hard for this. You can see that. I saw a comment on Facebook actually, and somebody was like, "Oh, she's not going to qualify." And somebody replied actually that she may be like Zena. She surprisingly qualified and did a great performance. I think the performance was amazing.
Ah, Zaina from Belarus from
Yeah.
2019. Young girl, very fresh, who kind of elevated with staging. I understand what they're saying and what you're saying. This felt like a vibrant performance. It felt like she was on the Eurovision stage already, whereas some other people were still figuring out what to do. She had her dancers, she had her choreography. At one point she's on her back and she's raised to the sky. She had the colorway, this very distinct color scheme, the purples, the dark blues, very 80s, very well thought through. At times elements of it seemed a bit junior to me, to be honest. But overall, I think it was kind of the most eye-catching performance. We need to remember we're in this horrible situation where everyone's stuck at home. And this didn't feel like it was, at a competition necessarily. It felt like a music video. It felt like something pure
Hmm.
pop that was ready to be on MTV. And I think that's what people are used to seeing at the moment because we can't go to live concerts. So I don't know if that fed into this. One thing I want to say is that, the English lyrics are very basic, tick tock, da 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 tick tock, very, very basic. However, she switches to Croatian. And then as a native English speaker who doesn't speak Croatian, the song becomes a bit more interesting. So I think that was a wise move. I think that's a good way to kind of play to the local crowd, respect your own, language, culture, etc. But then also make it more interesting for other people. Because if the English lyrics were on point the whole time, okay, keep it in English. But I'm sorry, they're not. So it's good to have the Croatian. It makes the song seem a bit more profound. It gives it that added boost of profundity. I don't think this is an obvious qualifier at Eurovision. I think they're going to have to think carefully about how to translate this to the bigger stage, because there is a concern that the big stage can swallow up performances that aren't spot on. It's hard to say. I do think this has a shot though that they can kind of tweak and maybe make it a bit more. I don't want to say interesting. I like it for the first minute and a half basically, and then it does get a little monotonous to me. But they can adjust on the stage in Rotterdam. They're going to have more things at their disposal. They'll have more tricks they can do. She's great. She is so happy, so fresh,
Yeah.
so in it, and she wants it. There's that ambition, that hunger. Albina equals ambition. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's really,
Period.
period. That's on period. She's going for it. And I really respect her for that. This competition had so many different types of music. And, I guess people are in the mood for pop. And tick tock, da 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 da. It is catchy. You could hear that on the radio right now. And
Absolutely.
in fact, maybe we have heard that on the radio, but it's okay. It suggests it's kind of current. So yeah, I think it's nice to see Croatia go for this kind of pop route because at Eurovision in recent years, they've been great since 2016. I think real diverse, but this is the first kind of pop song. Like Nina's song was
Hmm.
mainstream in 2016, but this is like a pop song. So yeah, on the whole, this is okay. This is okay. I want to read you a comment, actually, Sinan. This is from Sweewalco on wiwiblogs.com. And Swialko says, Rijeka, that's Nina's song, had by far the most potential. However, we must remember that the viewers were voting for the performances they saw on the night, not the ones that might be improved later. Thus, it didn't really come as a surprise that Albina won. I'm not saying that her staging was perfect, but it certainly felt appropriate for this kind of song, and none of its elements seemed redundant or distracting. I'm not sure if Tick-Tock will stand out at Eurovision the same way it did at Dora, considering the prevalence of the 80s resurrection trend, but it was undoubtedly a reasonable choice. And therein lies my big concern. This is 80s throwback, and I wonder if we get lots of other 80s songs, will it stand out at Eurovision?
Oh, well, then I think it will be hard because if, for an example, Norway chooses Hero by Really, it's also 80s song and I think it's better song than Tick-Tock. There will be some, competition, but yeah, I think maybe they can revamp the song. Maybe they can, upgrade, enchant the song.
Yeah, you can rewind the clock. You can reprogram a clock real easy. Tick tock, turn it back and tweak it out. It can be good.
Yes.
Yes.
So why not?
All right, we're gonna move on. Second place overall in the competition was one of our favorites coming into this, Miss Nina Kralich with Rijeka. This was magical. It was completely different to what we're used to hearing, at least here in London. We don't have women dressed as golden goddesses, kind of slaying ancient myths, working it. It was, I do think this had the most potential, to be honest. I think that the staging for me, I'm never into kind of the pole thing, the whole pole dancing. Like, it's done a lot, like a lot of people at work are like, oh my goodness, I take pole dancing classes. But this was obviously elevated Cirque du Soleil, but I just think it's been done quite a bit. However, I was captivated by Nina, by Nina's voice, by the melody. It was Game of Thrones epic, but the staging wasn't tidy. So I do see why it could have been close and why people wouldn't have gone for this, but I respect it so much and think it's, I think it's, how do I put this? She was amazing. The staging was maybe a bit of a hot mess, but on the whole, I still would have gone for it because I think you can change the staging. But again, viewers have to vote on what they see. Cenon.
Well, I think I saw Nina from 2016. I don't know why, because she was the same, with the microphone and, singing like this. I thought she will be, performing, doing some dancing, well, not dancing like, disco or something like that, but just perform as the dancers. The dancers were good. They did some nice stuff. And the dress, I thought maybe like white dress with gold, that would have been even better. But yeah, but the vocals slay. I mean, it's Nina Kraljić.
I love when she was deep. Do you remember when she was like, dun, dun, dun?
Yes.
That's my favorite part, when she's building it
She
up.
was, she was feeling it, and at the end, actually, she started moving and doing like that was perfection for me, but not the whole performance, sadly. But I like the graphics as well, actually.
She looked like, I don't know, Cleopatra mated with a golden stag, mated with, it was just all these kind of mythical elements. It was just, I was really taken by it. The funniest thing, though, if you go on her Instagram stories, I've got to read you this. People were posting hilarious memes because she, during the voting, was on her cell phone. And I need to read you these, sorry, because this is just too funny. Okay, so these are some of the memes. Someone said, she's in a effing mood tonight, and it shows her throwing down the alcohol. And then someone else says, Nina is ordering her Uber. Another one.
She's like, bye.
Nina is done with this mess. Chicken buna, lamb madras, 2 portions of pilau rice, regular naan, peshwari naan, chicken pakora, onion bhaji, 9 papadums. That should soak up the wine, yeah? Me and my bitches texting while something important is actually happening, but we don't give a F. Lord have mercy.
Period.
She is hilarious. I love how she was just doing her own thing.
She's entertaining.
And third overall was last year's runner-up, Mia Nagovitch with She's Like a Dream. I gotta say, Mia is so likable, so beautiful, so charming. She's got an amazing voice. And I think she's gonna have her moment at Eurovision. I just think that this song wasn't the one. This field felt a little, we've heard it all before. It wasn't original, it didn't stand out. It felt very, I just feel like I've heard this a million times. However, her outfit was interesting. It was very, like Japanese pop, that kind of,
Yes, like K-pop
yeah,
thing.
looking very young, teeny bopper, magical, mystical, basically like a human baby unicorn is how I would describe it. The glitter, the pop, she looked great, and I think this is just very promising that she can go, very pop. And I hope next year she returns with like a super pop banger and just, blows it out the park.
Mm.
It's actually a blessing she didn't win because she needs to go to Eurovision when she's got the song. You know what I mean? And this is not the song. But she did very well with what she had because I think other people with that song would not have come third place. Cenon.
Well, I liked her dress as well. She was like warrior of the dreams, and she's teenager. Like the song fits her very well. I like the song very much actually, but I didn't like the hair. I don't know. It was at the front. It was like 70s, 80s, and at the back, like with the ponytail. Maybe only ponytail would have been better, but that's just my
You want a
taste.
cleaner look, more consistent.
Yes, it was a little bit mess, but different. Different is okay. And I actually liked when the dancers, like the virtual dancers, came to the live. That was nice effect, I think. And she sounded as well great. Like every contestant at Dora, they sounded very well. That's nice. Like Croatia, good job.
Yeah, I gotta say, I thought this selection elevated so much. Not just the
Mm.
the songs, but also the staging. This felt because last year I remember when Demir Kedjo won, there was no staging. It was like some red lights. This year they went all out, and it's fantastic to see. I hope they keep it up. Now, Sinan, I just want to quickly tell you. So in the televote, Albina won, Nina was second, but third in the televote was Cambi, the all-male
Mm.
foursome. To me, they were kind of like the Backstreet Boys mixed with Clappa S. Mora. It was like boy band with old man band. This is what you get. This was very regional in flavor, and I think I can understand why it did well locally, but I don't think this would translate at Eurovision. I think they were just basically standing in place, walking,
Yeah.
singing, stand in place, walk, harmony. For me, it's just a no-go, but they have beautiful voices. So well done, Nick Carter, Joey Fatone, Justin Timberlake, and the other one. All right, Sinat.
Oh, exactly. Like we saw performances like this at Eurovision. For example, Armenia 2015, like
Yeah.
walking and singing. But I do like the beginning of the performance actually. They were, in a circle. It was dark and with some, lights. It was nice effect. And the song is okay, but yeah. But I like that they got, the votes they deserved. And um, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to go to the jury vote now. And in the jury vote, once again, Albina was the winner. This is a clear victory across both halves. That's a good sign. Second place was Bernarda with Colors. This was amazing. We've heard from Borislav Milanov for a long time that Bernarda is an amazing singer. And she really proved that tonight. The song, I'll take it or leave it, but her singing it, I'm going to take it because she can sing. The woman can sing. And I loved her styling, the ponytail, the high ponytail. She looked very strong, like in control. She had those sheer leggings and that powerful black kind of short number. It was very, very good. The fact that she's also blind just adds another element to this. It made it so beautiful when she's singing about all I see is colors because of your love. It made it very emotional. But that's just the cherry on the top, because even take that away, she's a brilliant performer. That is the primary thing I want to stress. And she was standing inside this sort of I forget if it was how many sides it had, but it had a whole lot of sides. It was like a cube with a dodecahedron, let's say that. I don't know how many sides it had, but it was lighting up. It was just very cool, very simple. She didn't need all the dancers. She didn't need, big old LEDs. She just needed to stand there inside her dodecahedron, and she slayed. I'm really hopeful we will see her back at Eurovision, or back at Dora and then at Eurovision, because she has got the goods. The jury placing her second, fabulous. But then, the Televote, apparently she's not known. They put her below even that creepy duo singing, Call Me. Do you know, who was that duo? You know who I'm talking about? Johan and Bessie. That creepy duo even came higher than her in the Televote, which blows my mind. Bernarda, she needs to blow up her Instagram account, get some followers, and come back and slay next year. Cenon.
Oh, she was amazing. Like, this performance was my favorite. And the song, we know the song actually from few
so many
years
internal
ago.
selections.
Yeah. Like, it was all around Europe and the world actually. But I liked her interpretation of the song. I mean, that high note, what? Oh my gosh, that slayed. Like, it was the highlight of the performance for me. And it was a surprise performance. I didn't expect something like this. I even didn't know what to expect actually, but it was really, really good, and she slayed vocally. But at some places, the vocals were not, 100%. But that's okay. You have you are excited, and you can do some small fails, but she was good. And the song is.
It worked well together. I think it fit her voice. She's a power vocalist at the end of the day. There is power in Bernarda.
Yes, queen.
Yes, queen. Well, Cenon, look, that's kind of... Oh, and Nina Kraljić, we should say, was third in the jury vote. So she has not bombed. I was reading some comments saying she bombed. She clearly did not bomb. Second and third in the two halves. That's pretty good. I mean, she finished second overall. And I think, she's hungry for it. So hopefully... in the near future, she'll have the perfect combination of song, staging, and running order as well. She had to perform first, which I think with the jury, it doesn't matter so much, but I think with televoters, it does actually have a slight impact. But it wasn't going to change the result, because Albina, having slayed both jury and televote, is the clear winner in the eyes of Croatia, and you have to respect that.
Yes, actually. And also, they actually made, I guess, a little mistake. I remember they gave first 10 points to Albina, and then they were like, no, sorry, it's a mistake. And then they gave 10 points to Nina, and then 12 to Albina. I was like,
oh.
Okay. And Nina was like, she was like, oh, God.
And I guess this is why, in this post-Trump era, whenever anything doesn't go someone's way, there's instantly conspiracy theories all over the place. And I
thought the same.
Yeah, and that's the nature of social media. It's power on us. And I guess I could see that's probably feeding into all these comments, because I'm going to this comment section and I'm like, Lord have mercy, I'm too tired to hit censor. But there are a lot of comments here. Oh, Lord. Well, that is what we think. What do you think? Are you happy with the results of Croatia's Dora 2021? Do you think the song with the most potential won? Do you think the song that was best on the night won? Let us know here on Wee Blogs. Also, tell us what you think of Bernarda. Why do you think she did so much better with the jury than with televoters?
And don't forget to hit the bell button and subscribe, and just follow us on every social media.
Yes, and we will see you later. Bye. Can you make some noise so I can just test your sound? It has an output.
La 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 la.
Perfect. All right, here we go.
Let's
do
Oh,
this.
sorry. Can we do it again?
The whole thing?